Thank you all for coming out to DHS's final curriculum committee meeting of the year. We'd like to thank our superintendent and our principal for joining us this afternoon. And thank you all for coming to hear our proposal. So let's get started. Cross-cultural communication. Now that is why we are here today as the class of 2015, because we believe that students deserve cross-cultural communication with their teachers. Now many studies show that students perform better in environments where the teacher makeup reflects that of the student body, the teachers listen to the cultural experiences of their students, and are open to learning new things. Now, this is all a part of social emotional learning and cultural competency training, and we believe that that is extremely important and supported by statistics. Excuse me, you all, I just had a blank. If you all could give me 1 second to gather my thoughts, I'd appreciate that.
You know, I think the teachers are doing a fine job as it is.
Okay. Fine. You want to know why we need cross-cultural communication? I'll tell you. It's because we, students of color, are made very uncomfortable by some of the teachers and their lesson plans here. Because we, students of color, don't have a space where we can speak freely and express ourselves without worrying whether we'll offend any of our white teachers. Because we, students of color, hardly ever see teachers' faces and experiences that match our own at this school. Because conversations about race here are hijacked by the white teachers. You know, when we read Huckleberry Finn in English class last year, I have never felt more uncomfortable in my whole academic experience. Now, I understand the teacher was well-intentioned and wanted us to understand the book. I get that. But honestly, well-intentioned doesn't cut. We talked about the N-word in class, and would you believe he made an executive decision to use the word as freely as they did in the book. And when he said the N-word, he would look at the 3 black kids right in the eyes as he said it. Then he decides we should make a movie about making the movie of Huck Finn, which, I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. But honestly, that's besides the point. Because he casted the black kids as Jim. And we were made to act in ways that made us feel so uncomfortable. But then that's not even the only time. Because when we read Native Son in a different class, the black students tried to share experiences with the white teacher. But it wasn't comfortable for us because we couldn't communicate. It wasn't a comfortable space for us, and we were just so afraid of making her feel attacked. Then there was a time where we had a conversation about race after watching Selma. Neither teacher assigned to that group had any experience talking about race. Hell, one teacher told a story about prejudice towards ice skates. And the other teacher talked about how she knew her black neighbors weren't troublemakers. Really? I mean, you know, how are we supposed to learn from them if we as students feel like we can't even speak and have them actually listen to us? Huh? How are we supposed to learn from them if they don't even hear us? But while I still have the mic, I would like to thank you, Mrs. Ellis. I want to thank you for being the best French teacher and supporter that I could ever ask for. Thank you for always being there for me with your open door and your big heart. Thank you for teaching us more than just the language, but for teaching us about the culture and for leading discussions about important topics like diversity and inclusion. Thank you for knowing the importance of listening to what we have to say as students instead of simply dominating the conversation. And for finding out what we already know. I mean, you know, honestly, you have done so much for me, and I thank you for that. And I sincerely hope that you continue to set the communication standards for the next faculty. Listen, you all. I love this school. I do. We all do. Which is why we must ask for more for the next generations of students. You know, we need cross-cultural communication and teacher diversity training so that this school is a safe space for everybody. I mean, honestly, the students deserve more. Period. They deserve more. Thank you.